Hello, everyone, and welcome to an impromptu Trevor Does Road Racing here. As promised, I'm going to be doing some laps around Road Atlanta, which, as you know, is kind of had a love-hate relationship with myself. It's not as much a love-hate as the fact that I've just never really liked this track. I did some practice on it. I could actually get around the track. So I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, I'm comfortable enough that I can get around here without being a hindrance to others. I say that now, wait until we get started, but we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I know, like I said, impromptu, last-minute thing here. One of the listeners had actually asked if I just kind of pop up the grid before I get started. Apologies, I don't remember who that is. I can look back through my Twitters, emails, various things that you use to get a hold of me here. But here is our grid. I will be starting in 6th position, last of my class. Unfortunately, ahead of all the other guys. I hate when they do that, but that's how it rolls. So let's see if I can go out there and not make a fool of myself. So anyway, wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll hopefully go here for 25 laps.
1 to go. Left side on the restart.
I just did a few laps at that bathurst. Boy, that place is fast. And downhill straight. I was going about 10 miles an hour faster than I did here.
I almost wish I did qualify. Only in the fact that it would have allowed me to it would have allowed me to start ahead of the slower cars. Not that I'm faster than them, but it's one of those things where as a courtesy, they're probably going to want to get out of my way, because they realize that I'm a faster class car. But I don't want them to, because they're probably, as you know, reasonably fast cars in their own class. They're very likely faster than me. So I don't want them to. I wish I'd started from the pits now that I think about it. Probably would have made this whole ordeal a little bit smoother. Oh, and there's the old thumping. I don't know if that shows up less now that I have my microphone in my new position. I'll have to check that out when I watch back to the video. I'm trying to move it around to try to get it away from the thumping of my lovely daughter up there. I've got another microphone I'm probably going to be picking up in the next little bit, which will have a drastic effect on that. At least I'm hoping so, which will improve the kind of the quality of this. I'm going to turn up my audio on those guys. They seem low.
Careful on the first lap, guys. 16 laps, not 1.
I almost feel like I've adjusted my position wrong in my seat here. Let's get back around this double corner here. I'm gonna
Get that thing cleaned out real well. Get ready to go green. You're going to be lining up behind the tree. Pace car's off. Are you ready? Ready. Green flag.
Wow, I messed that up. Yep. I let that guy make me think I need to go faster than I really did, because he was on my bumper, and I made that mistake. That was all on me.
Stay on course.
Are they really going to want me to slow down? Oh yeah, she's not happy. See, you know, and I talk about this, you know, I let that guy pressure me into going into that corner too fast. Like, that was all my own fault. Because I let him because he was on my bumper, and I thought I had to go faster in order to make sure that I didn't, you know, get in his way. Well, I'm not going to fall for the same trap I did last time, not realizing that they have resets here. So I'll shut off the tires, because this car is handling horribly, because I did hit the wall hard enough to damage it. Enough that this is going to be a bit of a handful, so I'm not going to do that. Slow down a little bit earlier, because she's handling kind of like garbage. Should have never even entered the pit lane at this course. I know it's right over after this bridge, but it has this really sharp thing going on here. New car, please. Thank you. Well, I got to the back of the pack fine. Just like I planned. Now, this corner here always messes me up. I always want to turn sooner than I have to, and I brake more than I have to as well, I know, but I haven't quite gotten the momentum of that one figured out yet. But hey, after, I mean, all the years I spent, well, years may be an extreme case, but all the time I spent complaining about how much I dislike this course, and how much I dislike that particular corner. Hey, I'll take, I don't quite know how fast I can go through it, rather than, oh look, I'm in the dirt again. So let that be a lesson to you, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that you don't let the guy behind. I mean, you know what? If I felt I had to brake earlier, I should have just braked. And I knew, and when I was practicing, turn 1 was where I had the most amount of problems. Which was ironic, considering that most of my problems usually were in that, that uphill chicane, but my problems mostly came from that turn 1 corner and going too fast through it and doing basically exactly what you just saw me do. Let's see if I can hit it right this time, you know, just for kicks. Probably a little too slow. You know, gun shy and all. You can't blame me. Again, I know. Oops. Should be in 4th. Certainly not the best at this group of corners, but the fact that I basically flat out refuse to drive this course because of those corners, I'll take being a little bit slow. I think that's an acceptable alternative. I always want to downshift this car before it has to. That always messes me up. So hope everybody's having a good weekend here. Here it is Sunday. Like I said, I practiced a little bit earlier, trying to get. I promised the listeners on the show that I was going to make at least one attempt, so I made enough practice laps this afternoon that I felt comfortable attempting to do so. And this is basically the last chance of the night I had to try it, or the only chance really, because the rest of the evening up to here. I wasn't at a chance where I could actually jump onto the sim and actually put in enough time for a race, so... Still haven't figured out how to do that right. I either end up carrying too much speed through there, or I end up either too much speed going through there and end up in the dirt like I did on that opening lap, or I end up actually the rear end breaking out on me and spinning out as I try to pick up the throttle coming out of that corner. That's what I did a lot during practice. One of the two things. Again, still loving the feel of the Jetta where I can just kind of whip it around corners. Again, not the most efficient way to be doing it. I understand that. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, there's a better way to get around this course, but it's fun to do that. And I can manage to actually do it and get away with it, I guess is, you know, kind of the way to go about it, but... And this corner always messes me up too, because you come around here and you have to immediately start veering off to the right, or else you're in La La Land. Alright, so I got somebody who apparently had to pit behind me. See, I feel pretty good. I know I need to get more speed through it, but it still felt good, I guess. And I guess at this stage in my quote-unquote road racing career, that's about all I can hope for, is something, a corner that feels, you know, kind of good. Let off too much speed there. I should be rolling off into those rumble strips off to the side, but... So the guy behind me apparently had to pit, and he's a lower class car, so as long as I'm at least sort of smart. Oop, too much. Okay, we're okay. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm driving like my road car almost. Like I'm one-handing it around some of those corners, just kind of, you know, hand in the lap. It's like, all right, here we go. It's like, also probably not the best driving technique, I would imagine, but, you know. Got a nice little space here to myself. Although that won't last. What, was a car ahead of me? That's neat. What am I running? I ran a 146 the last time, which is about as good as I'd gotten in practice. So at least I'm consistent with that. Well, I can feel the rear end stepping out, but we're okay. Man, I'm glad I'm not in traffic, because people don't need to be driving around this. Gotta figure out the line of how, because I know I don't have to slow down that much for that corner, but I feel like I have to, especially with the downhill kind of sweep that just kind of takes the momentum into the car there. Heck, at this point in time, I'm just hoping I don't get any more incident points, but, you know. That corner's fun. You know, as much as I gave this course crap, you know, about... And it was mostly that uphill corner. It wasn't... My hatred of this course, it wasn't so much about the fact that, you know, I hate this course. It was more, I can't figure out that group of corners, and that group of corners is really important because I always ended up messing up my laps based on that. So... I guess hatred is a strong word, but I mean, as you've listened, if you listen to the show, You've probably heard me go on about my dislike of this course. And like I said, it's mostly that group of corners, which I'm still not good at or horribly fond of, but there are some groups of corners.
I can't make a move on you. You're too close to that jitter.
There are some groups of corners here that are a lot of fun. Ooh, 145, that's a personal best. One of these days I'll figure out turn one. I don't know, for a guy who's horrible at road racing, doesn't do it that often, I don't think I'm doing that bad, all things considered. Other than that opening lap snafu, I mean, what is it with me? I decide, you know, at a moment's notice, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stream, you know, and, you know, I get on here after practice, and it's like, okay, I know how to do this, and the very first thing I do is mess things up on the first lap. Seems to be a common occurrence with me. Alright, so we got a little... I don't even know what red is. That's how good I am at this. I don't know if that's a Solstice or if that's a Mazda. And from the silhouette, you know, I'm not that great of a... You know, I'm not used to driving these cars. I can't even tell you. When I pass it, I'll be able to tell you, but that's about it. I think it's a Mazda, now that I get closer to it. I'm not sure where you want me to go around you, dude. You're kind of in the middle of the track.
Left side.
Well, I didn't want to be in the middle. No, I'm sure, you know, a road racing expert probably would have found a nice smooth way around that guy. I mean, I'll pass him on this straight stretch for sure, but it's one of those things where he probably should have picked a side and then...
On your left. You're clear.
Can't believe I pulled that off. I thought I was going in the dirt for sure. Nothing like passing a slower class car and then just junking it into the dirt. That would have been especially important. But, you know, I mean, like in that situation, I mean, now this is just me, what I would have done as a slower car, which I don't even have to be a slower class car, I just have to be a slower car, which means, you know, a car on the track.
Confuses.
Lower car up front as well. I'm gonna hang back here.
Like I would have taken one of the straight stretches, just slowed up just enough to, you know, kind of give him a nice, easy entry into the corner. But it looks like he was just going to race his race regardless of what I was doing anyway. Which I mean, he's the leader in his class, so I mean, you know, I'm not saying he should have pulled over for me or anything, but we both probably would have lost less time if he had just given me a little bit of a...
Thank you.
a courtesy brake check to get out of my way. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Again, I'm by no means the person who's going to be preaching any sort of road racing etiquette at all, because, well, I'm me. Alright, so I got the leader behind me, 6.1 seconds.
Coming through number 6. Hang back.
now that I've, you know, mentioned that that was a problem, you know, he didn't do it properly for me. Again, please don't get me wrong. I'm just I'm commentating on the situation, not calling anybody out.
Yeah, I like the pink job.
So, see if I can do a better job. Let's see if I can practice what I preach, I guess. And find a nice safe place to let the leader buy me. Who's probably doing, I would guess, 139s while I'm doing 146s, 148s. So he should catch me in a hurry, because he should be a fair bit faster than me. Ooh, 144. Personal best. Woohoo! Not good, you know, per se, but getting better. And you know what? Like I've already said it, but you know, despite my previous trepidations with this particular course, some of these windy sections are actually a lot of fun to whip around. All right, so he's 2.2. So I'm too far away back that I'm not going to let him by here. But this is plenty of space to let him by here. So I'll just slow up, I'll give him, because I want to make sure I give him the corner up here. There we go, that should be plenty.
Left side. Clear, clear, clear.
So I guess that's one thing that I can speak to better than Chad, and that's how to get out of the way better, because I have more practice at it. But see, but I mean, like we went through there.
I'm just going to hang back here, guys.
Neither of us really lost any time. Like I just broke my momentum just enough to make sure I gave him the corner, and that was the thing. It wasn't a matter of
Maybe I'll learn something.
I wanted to it wasn't so much just getting out of the way per se. It was I wanted to make sure that when we got to the corner that he had his line. That's what I meant by like giving him the corner. I mean, I wanted to make sure that when we got there he wasn't trying to take a weird angle around me in order to get into the corner. I want to make sure he could run his line, which is why I used that straightaway to kind of brake just enough. I didn't even brake. All I did was just let off the gas, just enough to kind of give him that momentum. Alright, now we've got a crowd coming. This is going to be more challenging, and I might do something a little more... Oh, how far... If I let these guys by, then I have a good 4-second gap before a single car again. So I might actually... Oops, 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 oops!
Get that rhythm back.
Well, blew that. So much for not having any more incident points. Alright, so now it's important for me to get to this corner. Alright, we're just going to try to pull off the side here. That was not what I was trying to do at all.
Going by you now, I don't know what kind of damage, but he was bumping into somebody. Alright, go ahead, wheel it down here. Wheel it down here.
Alright. Well, I blew that, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to show you the nice way to get out of the way, and all I did was kill my car. And that was a matter of I went into panic mode because the leaders were close to me and I was trying to get through that corner smoothly, because if I did, then after that, then I had a great opportunity to let them by. However, I never got to that opportunity because I smashed the wall. And then as I was crashing, it's like, well, maybe I can just parallel park here. And that didn't work out. So don't you spin out, you little thing. Great either, so. And now we're meatballed. And I'm pretty sure they only give me one free car. Well, at least that guy behind... Wow. It's far enough away that as long as I don't... Whoa, this car is not handling well at all. Let's brake nice and early for this. 'Cause I don't know.
Just hanging back here.
Don't know how it's going to handle this group of turns. Man, a 25 lap race. I'm going to end up in the pit road twice. I guess that sort of waxes my pit limiter.
Inside you, but
Oh, well, that's a lot of repairs. I killed the car good. And there's probably not much to be gone. What are we, 13? I'm 1 lap down. Let's see, even if I do the required, that's 2 more laps. 25 lap race. I might get out there for like 5-6 laps and then.
I left you enough to get in, though.
no, you didn't, Roberto.
I was going on the grass on the other side coming out of that.
Well, I'm not
Told
really
you I
gonna...
was inside you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm out. My car's a wreck.
I'm sorry about it.
Alright, so apparently that's that guy. Oh, he's a different car anyway, so nothing I can pass. That's interesting. Why does it show the white flag and the meatball flag? Because we're certainly not on the white flag lap, because it's a 25 lap race. Oh, wait. Did I miss something? Is it only a 15 lap race? Because that remaining is counting down as if to say the race has ended. I swore it was a 25 lap race.
Seems like when you race the new guys, the rookies, stuff like that happens. I just thought nothing's going to happen. These are going to race each other, not clean.
Well, I
Hey,
guess.
Clyde, you put the seal on my night coming up from behind there. Not your fault. But you hit me real hard into the wall, so that's the end of my night.
Oh, wait. Lap timing. I'm
Yeah,
really confused. So why does it say... Okay, stop talking. That remaining, you saw that count down to 34, so... I don't know what it's counting. Now I'm very confused. Maybe this is a road racing thing that I just don't understand. But it did count down from 34, as if to indicate that that was the remaining on... what? And I have a white flag out. And... I have no idea what's going on. I mean, as of right now, I'm only 2 laps down, which doesn't seem possible. And they are indeed still racing out there. I'm very confused. But it doesn't take much. I should see how it's handling with... Well, I'm pretty sure the race is over. Start-finish line, is it... Yep, race is definitely over.
Checker flag.
Well, let me pull out. Yeah.
Did a great job there. Nice run.
No, I didn't. I did a horrible job. I'm going to finish my lap. With my beat-up car. Actually, I'm kind of glad it was only 15 laps, because I actually wasn't geared for a 25 lap race. Not that it mattered, because I wasn't going to make it anyway, because I smashed my car trying to get out of the way. Well, at least I gave you an opportunity to show you a good way to get out of the way, where I let the leader by me in a nice smooth fashion, and then a horrible way, which was to force the issue and throw a panic attack and say I've got to get to the safe set of corners before the leaders do, to let them by, and then instead just killed my car in my race. Oh well. I never promised a good finish, ladies and gentlemen. What I promised was that I would do a Grand Touring Cup race at Road Atlanta in the Jetta this week, and promise has been
Let's keep track of what
fulfilled.
He uses, and we'll try to get weights harder. We are putting gas in on pit road. Ron, did you copy me on the weight?
Alright, so let's see. How badly mangled is my car before I let you guys go? What? That thing doesn't even look hurt. Bah! Thing's in perfect shape. Anyway, that will about do it from Road Atlanta. I didn't deliver well, but, you know, hey. I delivered on my promise. I made a race out there for you guys. It was a horrible race, but I raced nonetheless. Feel kind of crappy because, like I said, I practiced and I wasn't doing that sort of stuff when I was going live or when I was practicing, but in this case it happened. So anyway, until next time, make sure you check out the radio show. Keep watching here for live streams, and I have plenty of video game content that's not iRacing related that I'm adding into the channel, including the first in the series called The First 29, which I released last night, I believe it was. So go give that a look if you want to on my channel. Anyway, good night for now.